dining room. Do you use the table for eating, or is it a dumping ground for stuff? Colin and Justin want you to start using this valuable real estate because too many of us are using it for special occasions and then discarding it. So we've got a picture, of the holidays. So this is what your table might have looked like when you had people over for a beautiful Christmas dinner over the holidays. And then when it's the regular time of year, this is what your table's doing.
And it's such a waste, because it's a really important piece of real estate. We love to have as many people as we possibly can, Tracy, around the dining table. Even if it's just us, we always set the table. Always, always, always.
Exactly, because that's about getting value for money from your space. Okay, if you just ignore your home, then it's not delivering, And I want our homes to sing. I want us to feel the love. Now, we started off here. We've got two identical tables and chairs from IKEA. Okay. We've got two very, very different looks. Now, the first one is from Zara Home. And what you would expect from a European fashion brand is this kind of look, It's kind of relaxed opulence. There's a lot of decor on there, and I absolutely love it. And the big thing for me is the cloth. It's a beautiful tablecloth, and it's got suns and monkeys and feathers and all sorts of fantastical imagery on there. But rather than just drape it over like a bring and buy sale, I was like, okay, it's a fashion brand. Let's put it on the bias and let's show a bit of leg right here as well. But just try and actually use fabrics to change the shape of the table, just to make it a bit more interesting.
The whole point here is the layering.
It is,
the
Tracy.
layering makes it look so luxe, and this could be a Tuesday dinner. It doesn't have to be something that's special and people are coming over. We use our dining room
we do
table
as well.
every day.
All the time. Now, Kimberly talked earlier on about layering the sheen and the mat. We've done exactly the same here. It's almost like Kim and we had a dialogue beforehand. But I think that's what designers do. They know what works, Tracy. Yeah. So the layering in terms of the pieces is clear there, but it's the schematic kind of tone on tone played with the sheen and the mat that really makes that work. Again, detailing, the faux horn handle, a thing like that isn't necessarily expensive. That's actually resin, but it's got that kind of, that hint.
Those are the kind of details that make a regular weeknight dinner sort of special.
Exactly. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't. Crystal as well. We love crystal. Now, even if you don't buy an entire crystal set, go to the charity store and find all those lovely echoes of the past. And there's no reason that things have to match. This particular set does come from Zara Home, and it's actually what's called pressed crystal. So it's not cut, it's actually pressed into the mold. So it's much, much less expensive to make. But again, a really, really good quality, and it's got a nice ping as well. Hear that?
Lovely.
Can you hear that?
Exactly.
Now, is that the sign?
And very dishwasher safe, too.
I think so. I mean, we always look for the ping when we're buying stuff. I want to think in terms of a quality. I would rather have one really good piece than half a dozen really bad pieces. I would rather build it up bit by bit, layer it, as you would do with a wedding set.
Exactly. And the layering starts from the ground up. We've got a beautiful rug down there as well. That's got that wonderful kind of antique vibe. So don't, neglect the floor. Think about how you can actually dress the whole look. Get some fabrics in there, extra cushions. There's little lace runners on the back of the chairs as well.
That's pretty.
And I love these two little kind of like marble tables, little nest in there, tucked under, because, you're on the table, there's a lot of stuff here. We always need some overspill space, we can put dishes, extra glasses, bottles of wine.
Really
That's your
important
place.
stuff.
You're speaking my language.
We clearly are. Also, just before we move to our next vignette, lighting, Tracy, whether it's overhead lighting like that or candlelight, those are the things, those are the aspects that I think really make a scheme work. And a final tip, when you're putting candles in your dining room, don't go for scented candles because they'll overpower the smell of the foods. Just a straight taper candle like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, down to this guy here.
A whole new look here.
Totally different
look. Same set.
Yeah, same set,
table,
Tracy.
Same chairs, but a whole new look. It's beautiful.
We've gone for a cover that shows the leg down there. And again, we've played around with the tablecloths, so we've popped one at this end, it's a runner, and we've given it some space to breathe so you can see underneath there. And this table's much, much earthier than that. That's much more elegant and antique kind of themed. This particular piece is much, much more rustic. And I love when you play this this is almost like the old British Denby from H&M, really, really good value. And we've used tons of natural elements in there as well. So playing the mat of the bowl with the lovely wood finishes as well, and then picking up the detail of the chandeliers overhead. Now, the chandeliers came from IKEA, so they're not going to break the bank.
Exactly. I mean, this is a lovely look, isn't it? I love getting timber in there, because immediately you stand back, and it's not as formal as that table.
I agree.
This is warmer, it's friendlier, it's those casual nights, and it's still cold outside, so let's keep the fun happening, bring people into our dining rooms. And again, it comes from layers as well. We start off on the ground there with lots of texture on the floor, and then build up through the table. And as Kimberly said, it is about the rough and the smooth, you know, the gloss and the shine. And it really makes a difference. All the natural little elements
works
in
really
here.
nicely.
So gorgeous. And then adding some precious metals. You know, if you get some gold in there, some brass into it, it really lifts the space, especially if you don't have a lot of natural light, then that is going to pick up any sheen in the room and really make your space sing.
And then find something and give it a different purpose. Over the back of the chairs, we've gone for runners. These are runners, Tracy, that you might expect to use on the table. We've actually popped them on here, and we've hemmed on these table centers, these lovely little raffia mats. I love texture. I really think if you were sitting there bareback, that exfoliation factor on the back of your back as that ruffled skin, these chairs are going to make you younger, Tracy. These aren't just chairs, these are a lifestyle enhancement.
Sloughing off the dead skin
just taking
cells
all that rubbish away.
Eat your dinner.
Thank you for that. Just as it sounded romantic and escapist and fantastic,
We're suddenly
you have to bring in exfoliation.
So organic, that's our keyword with this particular guide down here.
It is organic, and I feel like this might read a little bit, like people can wrap their heads around this sort of thing on a day-to-day, because there's something very casual and
but use your dining room
elements.
all year
Just use
round.
it.
Use
That's
it
the point.
for the love of all that's good and just.